Hello, hello, hello. All right, who is in the building? If you can hear me, please let me know. If you can hear me, please let me know if you can hear me. All right, where's everyone? Where's everyone at? Please drop your location. Oops. Please drop your location. All right. I'm calling from, well, I am in Alabama, USA. We're Richmond, Virginia is in the house. California is in the house. All right. India is in the house. Hopefully, UK is in the house. Hopefully, y'all don't hear my cat in the background. Okay, all right. Yeah, everyone drop where y'all calling from. DMV is in the house. Okay, all right. Hope the weather's nice. It's definitely cloudy over here. All right, we're going to have a good session today. We're going to create, by the end of Somalia's in the house. All right. All right, let's keep it coming. Let's see. Let's keep it coming. All right. All right. Good, good, good. All right. Hope everyone, I'm not sure, it's morning over here. So good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, wherever y'all are at. We're going to have a pretty good session today. Before we get started, I want to do a little promo for our next live session. Next week, we will be having a state of the job market address. State of the job market address. Top job seeker mistakes. May 15th, 6 p.m. Central Time. Add it on your calendar. It's going to be a panel discussion with some tech recruiters, former tech recruiters, hiring managers. So it's going to be really good. We're going to talk about some really good insights from a job posting that I put out, and I'm going to talk about stuff that people are doing, getting in their own way. That if they fix, they can instantly get a bunch of results, and just talk about the job market in general. But this is going to be a good session to get some good value to figure out blind spots. But it's going to be good. Again, panel discussion with tech recruiters, hiring managers, plus myself. So be there or be square, right? May 15th, 6 p.m. Central Time. Add it to your calendar. Okay, block your schedule. All right, nothing else matters except for this. All right, so be there or be square. All right. If you're going to be there, hope you don't hear that in the background. Okay, so what are we going to do today? So today, we are going to create a consulting style slide deck, or slide, actually just one slide. Why is that important? We're going to look at this US imports data set. Don't worry, I will share information on where to get the data set. So no need to flood the chat on where can I get the data set. I will share it. But the only tools that you will need, Excel and PowerPoint. That is it. You don't need fancy Power BI. If you want to use it, that's fine. But you don't need fancy Power BI. You don't need fancy Tableau. You don't need Python. If you want to use them, you can. I highly suggest using Excel or any sort of spreadsheet or Google Sheets if you don't have Excel. And then some sort of slide deck software. So I'll be using PowerPoint. If you don't have PowerPoint, then Google Slides will be fine. But that's all you need. We don't need any fancy tools today. But why is it important to use this, or why is it important to know how to create a consulting deck? Is one, as a data analyst, you don't just create dashboards. You would also create slide decks. More immediate, right, when it comes down to technical assessments for jobs, especially for more higher paying ones, you can definitely expect take home assignments or take home assessments where you'll be given a data set, a prompt. It's usually going to be something um, similar to the typical type of problems you would expect or type of data sets you would expect on that job. So, it's usually like they'll give you like 72 hours or something. And then you create a dashboard plus a deck and you send it in. If they like it, they'll bring you in and you'll present it. If they don't call you back. So I have seen folks who have the brightest technical abilities, the brightest minds, but they don't know how to present their work effectively and they don't get hired. So let's fix that. Let's fix that. Let's learn how to use the creativity part and our technical ability part so that we can, not miss out on opportunities because of that. Okay. Now, where can you get the data? So I'm going to share a link in the chat, and this is where you should be able to get the data. I'm going to share my screen as well. This is going to be completely free, but this is how you will access the data here with this site. So I'm sharing it. I'm going to post the, well, actually, I'm not going to pin this. I think I can pin this. I should be able to pin. We will be using a import data set, and let's see, I think I can. I'm going to show this as well, but I believe that should be pinned on YouTube as well. Let me see if I can share it on LinkedIn. Posted it on LinkedIn, also shared it on YouTube. Let me make sure that maybe it's pinned on YouTube as well. If you all are able to see the link and access to it, please put a 1 in the chat. If you're not able to, please put a 2 so I can know. See what's happening here. I don't see any. Is anyone able to access the website? It's a simple site. It's a simple one. Okay, good. Yeah. So if you already have an account on the site, then there's nothing to you can just easily get in there. It's a very easy. If you don't have for example, if you don't have a free account on the site, it's just a very simple. It's a very simple login. Okay, if you're watching on the mobile, okay, just rewatch it later. This will be good stuff to rewatch later. I also highly recommend to rewatch it on YouTube. Rewatch it on YouTube, and then it'll have all the links in there. Okay, let's see. Is it pinned? Okay, I think I can pin it. Let me go from my others. Make sure I pin it on YouTube as well. I'd say moving forward, y'all, these will be best to watch on YouTube live, because on YouTube I can pin links and XYZ, and then you can go backwards a little easier than on LinkedIn. But okay, is anyone having trouble? Want to make sure before we move on. The great thing about this type of project is that you'll be able to, at the end of the day, for those who are going to go follow along, you'll have something really good to put on your portfolio. And it's not going to take very long. It's going to be high impact. We're going to learn a lot of good stuff, and we don't have to spend, hours and hours struggling on a project, which I feel like a lot of us, we have issues with when it comes down to, hey, how do we do projects? Sometimes we take on something really, really big, or we think we need to do something extravagant, and we end up just not finishing on anything. So if everyone is good to go, let me know. Are we at this page? Are we at the project page where we have the problem and challenge and our deliverable? If you're here, press a 1, type 1 in the chat. If you're struggling, type a 2. But please let me know if we are here, if we are in the same spot. We're going to do a data viz transformation challenge, and we're going to convert this into something else. All right, just put a 1 in the chat when we are at the same spot. All right, I see a lot of folks on YouTube, so that's good. Good amount of folks on YouTube. Okay, y'all let me know where y'all are at. 1, all right. San is here. Everyone else, please put a 1 in the chat when we are here on the project page. 1, all right. All right. Let me get at least 5 1s. All right, one more 1 in the chat. We'll get going. All right, good. All right, so what are we doing here? So the situation, you are a senior data consultant at the Analytics and Motion consulting firm. Okay, and we have been brought in by a group of policymakers from the U.S. Department of Commerce. And they're preparing a trade policy summit with a 1-slide visual that clearly communicates how U.S. import relationships have evolved from 2000 to 2023. But the problem is this current visual that they got, there's no clear takeaway, doesn't really tell a story, and it's very difficult to tell really any difference. So let's talk about data visualization, for example, and chart selection. So when it comes to this type of stuff, honestly, it's always more subjective, right? When we talk about types of rules or chart selection, this is something that's clearly, data that's over time. And when we think of, what are, typical charts that we would select for depicting data over time, we think of, line charts or area charts. But if you think of this chart right here, you can think of, maybe certain things that you would do or improve upon. But we're going to improve upon this visual here, right? And so our challenge is to reimagine this chart as a consulting style visual on a single slide. And we're going to create a narrative. So we're going to think of, BCG, McKinsey, Deloitte type of consulting. And we're going to create an example such as this, right? We're going to have one chart or one, visual. We're going to have an action title, or action title is going to be kind of like a sentence almost, rather than, top sources of U.S. imports. We're going to have an action title. There's no action in that, previous title. And then we're going to have a subtitle as well, right? So this is reason why I say we're going to be using Excel and PowerPoint. It's really difficult to do, add this type of context on if you're using, say, like Tableau, etc. But this is what we're doing. So how do you download the data set? So if you look at this top right corner here, there's a little clip. If you click on that, the drop down, it'll have the CSV. And if you click on that, it'll download, right? So once you do that, let me share a different screen. And we are going to start looking at this data here. So let's see. Okay, so we're going to start looking at this data. All right. So I'm just going to briefly also show the ending product. We're going to take this spreadsheet and we're going to build this. This is going to be the end product here. As you can see, we're going to eventually transition from Excel to PowerPoint, and we're going to create something with a action title, subtitle, and then we're going to, make a pretty chart here. All right, so that's going to be the ending. All right, so put a 1 in the chat. Let me know when we have opened and we are at the data set, or when we're at the spreadsheet. Make sure we're all in the same spot. Put a 1 in the chat when if you are at the data set. Okay, all right. We're here, right? All right, so put a 1 in the chat when you got a data set open. You got the data set open. Let's see. Make sure folks on LinkedIn are good to go too. All right, put a 1 in the chat. All right, Bernardo is there. All right, let me get 5 1s so I'm not speeding through too much. So I'm just wait for 5 1s. And again, we'll realize this is not going to take that long. This is not going to take super long. The fact that we're already starting with I think this is something that, the fact that we're already starting with an idea and a chart, data viz transformation challenges are really good to get a good project without spending too much time. All right, Jordan is ready. All right, I think that's 1, 2, 3. Let me get one more 1 in the chat. Verify that we're all good to go. All right. Yeah, so this is on YouTube right now. We are live on YouTube at this moment. So it'll be there on YouTube. Let me also I'll drop the link on LinkedIn to the YouTube. So yeah, this will be on YouTube as soon as we're done. We're streaming live on YouTube right now. Highly recommend that if you want to watch the replay, watch it on YouTube. Okay. All right, good. All right, so here we are. We are in Excel. And so what do we have? We have data from 2000 to 2023. We got a few countries. We got Mexico, we got the European Union, we got Canada, we got Brazil, China, and then the rest of the world. So one thing that you can do to, kind of make this your own is, I'm going to focus on Canada. I'm going to choose to focus on Canada, but you guys can choose to focus on if you want to do another country or whatever, but I'm going to choose to focus on Canada today for the story. So what we're going to do is let's highlight this and let's go to charts. So you can start with recommended charts if you want to speed it up. Then you can go to all charts to see. But I already know that I want to do an area chart. A line chart is optional. As you can see, this is what a line chart would look like. If you want to go line chart, that's fine. Right now, they are obviously using a stacked bar chart, but I want, I want the sizes. I want the sizes of each country to look better or to be more distinct, which is kind of hard to see with the stacked. So I'm gonna go with the area chart. I'm gonna go with the stacked area chart here. If you want, there's also, you can also do, I think they have, you can also do like 100% one as well if you wanted to, but I'm going to go area chart. Okay. I'm going to go area chart because I want the focus to, I want it to be, I want the sizes of the, size of the sections to be more prominent. All right. So here we are. And one thing that we did just by making it a little bit bigger, another upgrade is that our x-axis, the years are horizontal instead of vertical like it was before. Okay, so we got Mexico, European Union, orange, Canada, Brazil, China, rest of the world. So one thing that I noticed is I don't like the color scheme. Don't ever never accept the default color scheme for any tool that you use. And what do you call it? A very good resource that I teach my students to use when it comes down to color selection, especially if there's multiple categories, is crap. I should have had this. I am having a brain freeze right now. 1 second. This is a good resource here. Oh, 1 second. I'm not sure why I'm having a brain freeze right now. 1 second. It's a really good resource for choosing what color. Like you don't have to pick. You don't have to think about, hey, what color selection should I do? There's this really good resource that I'm about to share that's completely free. Yep, it's called the Urban Institute Data Visualization Style Guide. I'm about to share it right now. Let me share a different screen 1 second. Okay, the Urban Institute Data Visualization Style Guide. This is completely free. I'm going to post it in the chat. I'm going to make sure I pin it as well. Can I pin this? Yep. I'm going to pin this at the top. And I'm going to post this on YouTube as well. So this is an Urban Institute style guide, completely free. So many good stuff, so much good stuff here. It provides information on chart selection. It provides guidance for Tableau or Power BI as well. It provides guidance on best practices on choosing effective charts, what right chart is for your data, color considerations. And so just briefly as well, I'm just going to go down. Really good stuff. This is something that afterwards, definitely you want to keep. One of these references that you always should have. So when it comes down to creating our slide deck, this is a guidance on the type of, pretty much the type of, it gives you like the font selection, like what font, you should, that's good to use, and also size. So like title, what size it should be, the subtitle, what size, and all that stuff with elements. It's very, very, very good. And this is something that's really good too when it comes down to chart select or color selection. So it gives you shades of colors if you want to do, divergence or whatever. It gives you the hex numbers, gives you color, guidance on the types, depending on the number of groups that you have, right? So categorical 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5, 6, etc. And if it ever goes beyond that, you guys, if you want to choose, okay, what color type of palette should I choose? It's good to, you can just look up on Google, let's say that, hey, I have a data set and, I have 10 categories, what type of color palette should I use? It'll give you like a good amount of options. So this is a good thing to do whenever you're doing projects. And let's say that, there's no brand color, right? And you want to choose, hey, what colors scheme should I go with? And you want to, depict categories like we're doing today. This is a good starting point. You don't have to think. It just gives you a good option. So, all right. And, beyond that too, it gives you good, information on chart selection. So highly recommend going through this, you guys. This is something that, one of those resources that whenever you're doing dashboards or visualizations, this should be like something that should be saved. You should be looking at every single time. Okay. So let's go back to our data. All right, let's go back to our, if y'all found that useful, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know. Let me know if I just wasted your time. Let me know. But if you found that useful, please put a 1 in the chat there. But all right, so let's go back to our Excel sheet. All right, and I'm going to remove this. All right, so we're back on our Excel sheet. Okay, so how many categories do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have 6 groups. If you check out our urban style dictionary, our style guide, there is 6 groups for categorical. And there's about 3 options. Now, again, if I remember the first time I was doing this with my students, I feel like we eventually kind of switched out one of the colors or something, which is fine. But this is always a good, very, 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 very good starting point, right? So you want to be able to know what the rules are before you kind of break rules to, and make it your own. But you want to know what the rules are first, right? So there's nothing to think about when it comes down to, selecting color. All right, so we have, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories. And one thing, if you scroll up, let's see, if you above the where it says 4 groups, there's a note where it'll say use yellow or magenta sparingly, only for highlighting data. So if we go to the finished product that I have, magenta is this pink color here. And I chose magenta. Okay, Warlock, thanks. When it comes down to visual arts, this is very useful. This is very helpful. Yes, so again, when it comes down to chart selection, color, there's all that stuff. If you're not like a natural creative, it could be a little difficult to kind of like figure out. There's so many rules, but there's a lot of people already figured it out. Just start with like a style guide and just start there. So it just removes all the thinking that you have to do. Okay, so if we go back to where my finished product, again, it says use yellow and magenta for highlighting data, right? So again, I chose in my finished product to pretty much highlight or make the main theme, make the story around Canada. So whatever country that you guys want to choose, whether it's the European Union, Brazil, the rest of the world, for example, I would make that color magenta, this pink color, or yellow. That's really like the only thing to really think about. I'm going to do mine with Canada. So this is going to be the color scheme that I go with. But now let's just start changing up these colors. So we got 6 groups, and this is what we will do. So this one is the rest of the world. And what you do is you can double click, go to this paint can thing, go to fill, It's at automatic, but let's go to solid fill and then go to color, and then we go to more color. And this is where this hex section is where we'll edit. So we got 6 groups for now. They have the hex colors. I'm going to bring this over so we can see. They have the hex color or the hex code at the top row for each. So you just copy, literally just copy. It's kind of hard to see on this one, but you just copy it. And then we will paste. That's not valid. Why is it not valid? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm copying it correctly. Let's see. Why is it not valid? Is it because it's not Xcode? Why is it not valid here? What's going on here? 1 second here. Let me do something. Okay, that worked. I'm not sure why. Okay, so that's just how you change the color. So we'll just do that for each one. Solid fill, color, more color. And then you will find the groups. Just copy and paste the hex code. So just replace. Why is it not? Why is it not working this time? Let's see. What is happening today? $55, the $748. That's interesting. Okay, 1 second here. I wonder if something changed out of nowhere. All right. Let me do another category really quickly. All right, so that changed. Oh, I wonder if, oh, that's probably why, because it's already chosen maybe. All right, let's do another one again. So this is literally all we're doing is changing. Oh, so one of the things that we did when I was doing it for my students is, okay, no, we're doing black. All right, so black, you can choose. I highly recommend choosing black for that small section here, for this small country. I think it's, let's see, for example. Okay, I think it's something with, is everyone following or seeing what's happening here? Any questions, post in the chat, please. But all we're doing is changing the color here. All right. Let's change the color. More color. Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay, now we're good to go. Okay. That's why. Okay. I guess you just gotta click out of it so that it actually changes on there. All right. That's what I missed. Okay, let me start over again. All right, I want this first top of rest of the world color. I want that to be blue. Just gonna click out. All right. Let's see. They don't like that color. I'm not sure why they don't like that color. That's blue, or that's, all right. All right, so I believe this is Canada here. Going to go to more color. New, all right. And then just change this color. This could be gray, maybe. Let's see. This will be solid fill, more color. And they'll be gray. Curious, does hex code update only exist for Excel for PC? Excel for Mac. Okay, no, it should be okay. See, I'm not on a Mac, but I believe you guys, you should have like what also works is color picker. So for example, if I want to go solid, more color, I believe you guys should have color picker on the Mac. I'm not on Mac though, but no, it exists on the, it should exist on the Mac too. It should be on the Mac too. I don't have a Mac though, so I can't troubleshoot specifically for the Mac, but the hex code updates, it should be. I do know I have learned recently in the recent weeks that the Microsoft Office suite on the Mac has differences than Windows. Do all of you guys have Mac then? One thing you can do if you have color picker, let's see, you should be able, color picker should work then. Let's see, believe you can also, yeah, sorry about that for Macs. But okay, so this is, so again, whatever country that you want to choose to stand out or be the story, you can just make that magenta or yellow. I believe I'd want to change this to something else. But I'm not sure why this hex code for some reason doesn't want to work today. Okay, now it's working. Okay. All right. I believe I just want to switch these two actually. I'm going to make that blue. I'm going to make this green. Okay, so whatever the color is, okay, this is good to go. All right, so now, and this is why it's good to use PowerPoint, is because we can now copy this and just make a new PowerPoint. You can make a new PowerPoint. Just open a blank, not a blank one, sorry. Just open a new blank PowerPoint presentation, and all you gotta do is copy and paste our chart. And the thing about it is that when you transfer the Excel chart to PowerPoint, you can still edit just like you were still back in Excel. Again, we can remove the grid lines here, all that jazz. Okay, so one thing that we want to do to make this into this, what do we need? We need an action title, a subtitle, and then one thing that I like to do in Excel or in PowerPoint is I like to make my own legend, color legend. So Excel has a color legend. It's pretty small. You know, what I like to do is just recreate it in PowerPoint. So how do you do that? All you have to do is you just insert a bunch of rectangles or squares. And so let's say, for example, I'm going to do a square, and then I'm going to create a text box. And let's do the first one. This first one is the rest of the world. So I'm going to do rest of the world. And I'm going to make this smaller, maybe a 12. Put it right by. And that's going to be the kind of a start of our legend here. And so I'm just going to copy, make sure I'm copied that, paste again. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Paste again, paste again, and then paste again, and we'll paste it again. Okay, so just quickly move them over. So we'll just do that for the next one. So, oh, rest of the world, actually. Nope, I picked this with the wrong color. So rest of the world. So to change the color here, what we do is shape fill in the shape format. You can click the eyedropper and then just click on the blue. And that's how we're going to start our legend. So that's for rest of the world. The next one is going to be China. So China here. And then we do the same thing. Or not the text fill. We do shape fill. We do eyedropper. We go to China. Right, same thing. We can actually bring this over. This will be for Brazil. And same thing, click on the shape, go to shape fill, eyedropper, Brazil there. All right, and then we'll just copy this, drag that over. This one will be for Canada. Click on our shape, shape fill, eyedropper, Canada. Bring this over, almost done with our legend. And then we will do, again, shape fill, eyedropper. This is for European Union. European Union. Okay, and then what do we have left? We have Mexico. All right, so we'll just copy this, copy, paste. Copy, paste, and then we'll do it again. One more last time. So click on that, shape fill, eyedropper, Mexico. All right. So that is how we recreate a legend in PowerPoint. Let me just put this here. Then what we do is then we can remove our legend, our preset legend in Excel sheet. Okay, so that is recreating the legend. We'll also take away the title because we're going to create a new title. We'll create a new title. Okay, so let's see. We can move this down a bit. We can move our legend now. And now what do we need to do? We need to create a action title and a subtitle. So, depending, again, so this is where, however you want whatever story you want. So one slide, one big idea, one chart for each slide. So what I did was I said between 2000 to 2023, United States imports grew 4.7x, which 22% came from Canada. So this came from just doing some brief analysis in Excel. So again, so depending on, I'm just going to move this over. Can I move this over? Okay. So again, depending on whatever country you guys want to make your story about. One thing I did was I just wanted to see, okay, how did, how did the total amount of imports grew over the course of this 23 years? And all I did here was just did a sum of each year. So did a sum. So that's 41 million. And then I just dragged that down. Okay, so it grew, total imports grew from $41 million to $194 million, over the course of the 23 years. So that's where the 4.7x came from. And then you just see, okay, well, how much of that was Canada as well? So one thing you can do, you could also do a sum across as well. So you can do a sum and see which one, how much each, for each. Let's see. So that is for each country individually. All right, and then you can do a sum of the total for each year. See what that is. Okay, $26.31 million, which is probably what, 2 point something trillion maybe. Okay, either way, you just see, how much, how much of this, what is the percentage of, each country out of this. So like say, for example, for Canada. So for Canada, you can just do 561 or 567 divided by this total, which gave about 22%. So this is where I got the 22%. So over the 23-year span, right, the exports grew 4.7x. So I got that from doing just 194. Let's see, 194 divided by 41, so that's 4.7x. And then 22% of that was Canada. Right. So whatever, if you want to do European Union, you can do the same type of thing. But so we're going to take this and create our action title. So that's where our action title came from. Between 2000 to 2023, United States imports grew 4.7x, which 22% came from Canada. So let's say if I want to just start this from scratch, I go to Insert, Text Box, just create one here for now. And again, whatever story you want to have. So, between 2000 to 2023, U.S. imports grew 4.7x, which 22% came from Canada. I'm going to put this here for now. I want to make sure 22% coming from Canada. Okay, so before another way to, we're not done here yet. So 4.7x, we want to bring attention to that. So this is why we also want to make this bold. And the 22% coming from Canada, what I like to do is I like to make this bold and also make the font color, whatever font color I have Canada as in our chart. So it's pink. So I'm going to do 22% coming from Canada. So know that, that Canada this is what we're talking about here, right? And if I wanted to, well, not if I wanted to, I can make a subtitle. I can just do insert and do another subtitle if I wanted to. That we talked about. The subtitle just needs to be a smaller font than our title. I know we're going pretty fast here, but is everyone at least following along with the idea here in terms of transitioning it from Excel to PowerPoint? Did everyone at least grasp the idea? I know we had some folks struggling a little bit with the Mac, but if you're grasping the idea, please put a 1 in the chat. If you have any questions, also put that there as well. We're coming close to an hour. Okay, good. You're following the idea. So this is important. Everyone should have something like this on their portfolio. So so I did in the 23-year span, $2.6 trillion of goods were imported from Canada. Were imported, and Canada and European Union were the top choices. So I got that 2.6 trillion from, again, the simple analysis of just, taking the sum of all imports. So I know I did that kind of fast, but, if you go watch the kind of recording, you'll see. But so this is, again, subtitle. The subtitle just needs to be smaller than the title. So here I have the title at 20 font size, subtitle 16. But yeah, so that is the idea. So I'm going to make this a 20 font. I'm also just going to copy this here. But yeah, that's the idea here. So this is like if we're doing a full slide deck presentation. Um, this will be like one of the slides here. So this will be like one of the slides. So when it comes down to creating a slide deck presentation for a take-home assessment, you definitely want to make sure you're not just, here's one thing to do. If you're coming from Tableau, please do not just copy and paste your Tableau visuals on a deck. Recreate them in Excel just like we just did today. It's a little extra steps, but it's way cleaner. Again, Excel visuals, they're just way cleaner because it's the same software. Please don't just copy and paste and just have a bunch of stuff plastered, right? Action title, subtitle, you can have some context. I highly recommend looking through, consulting style decks to get, good um, inspiration. But this is just like one of the foundational type of things that you should know here. So, all right. So this is the idea. Any questions? Anything that you guys want me to go over again? Um, Again, highly recommend watching the. Definitely watch this again on YouTube. I would watch this on YouTube versus LinkedIn. Because on YouTube, I'll have all the links if you need it. But here, I'm just kind of getting them to trying to get everything. There nothing else? No one has anything? Nothing? So we're good to go? No other questions? Nothing to go over again? All right. Well, again, I hope you guys found this at least helpful. Again, watch the recording again if you have to. But again, the time it took was pretty simple. So it doesn't really take much to get something like this on your portfolio if you wanted to. Highly recommend at least one of your projects you create like a deck, something like this. But yeah, if you don't have questions, please remember the state of the job market address next Thursday. Please be there or be square. We will be doing more of it. I will be doing more of these live project sessions in the future. So yeah, if y'all found this helpful, yeah, do you want to do more of these? I can do more of these every couple weeks, do it every week. A good quick project that you can do, you can have on your portfolio or something where you learn. So if it was helpful, you want more of these, let me know. Put a one in the chat if you want more of these live project sessions. We can make this a series. Make this a series. Very good. Yeah. I really hope that style guide was helpful too. That's definitely something. That is one of those like resources that you should have saved and bookmarked. Yep. All right. Yep. All right. We'll do more of these. Are there any particular, I don't know, concepts or areas of analytics that you guys want to know? Any what areas you guys want to do projects on, like quick projects, or we're not doing, again, this is an hour, so maybe, I don't know, domains, more visualization stuff, dashboard design, something. Well, so like today was a big thing on consulting style decks, color selection. But if there's any areas that you guys want to do projects on, post them in the chat, more like dashboard design, I don't know, a particular type of analysis, showing how to use AI with, Let me know. I'm not seeing nothing in the chat, you guys. There's nothing. Choosing a data set, dashboard design, data cleaning. Okay, yeah. We'll do data cleaning. We can do data cleaning. Data cleaning is easier. Listen, if you know Python, that'll be easy. You know Python, that'll be easy. If you know Python, that'll be easy. Ashley's brand new to this. Okay. I might do a data cleaning specifically in Python and see how many people show up to that. And then we can do data cleaning in... I do data cleaning in Python. I think that's the most realistic one too. So I'll see how much people show up to the data cleaning in Python one. Because I provide data cleaning challenges to my students as well. Okay, data visualization. Yep, we'll definitely do that. Fraud analysis. Okay. Yep. Fraud analysis. Okay. I like that. These are good ideas. All right. Fraud analysis, data cleaning. You know, I've never done Python in Excel, Bernardo. I don't know. I think, first of all, don't you have to pay for that? I never paid. I don't think I feel like you gotta pay for that. Last time I saw you had to pay for it. But yeah, I don't use Python and Excel. I can check that out. But it's not something that I've never seen that even done even on the job, to be honest. I've never really seen anyone really use Python and Excel on the job. Let me make sure that that's not even does everyone even have access to Python and Excel? Okay. All right. So Python, we're gonna do. Let's see. All right. So dashboard design. We're gonna do Python data cleaning in Python or data cleaning in Python. Okay, I have Microsoft 365. I'll have to see. I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming that's going to have to be like an add-on. Let me see what that looks like. Data cleaning in Python. Okay, I'm gonna verify that today. All right, dashboard design, data cleaning in Python, fraud analysis, case study. Hey, what other type of case studies y'all want to do? We got fraud analysis, any other type of domains, I don't know, cohort analysis. I don't know. I'm really, if y'all want to do marketing, anything with marketing, I got you on marketing, right? Any type of marketing and that analytics projects too, or case studies. I have a bunch for those as well. Okay. The formula tool. So it's not an add-on? Oh, insert Python. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Crap. Control enter. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this is all right. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I'll play around with this and see. I didn't realize it was fully available. I still haven't seen this done in the real world yet, but let me see. I'm gonna ask around too, see if anyone's using it on the job. Okay. All right. Python and Excel. Let me look into that. I'm also gonna ask and see if anyone's actually using it on the job. Because we don't want to just teach stuff just for the heck of it. We want to teach stuff that's actually useful. All right. Anything else? Any other case studies y'all want? You got. We're gonna do some marketing stuff. That's what I have a lot of experience doing that. Any marketing case studies? All right. All right. Dashboard design, data cleaning in Python, fraud analysis, case studies, Python and Excel. Anything else before we go? I'm here to give y'all what you want. Anything else? Nothing else? Basic libraries, but others you have to install. Okay. Okay. Let me look up what like the use cases for Python and Excel are. Look up the use cases. All right. Well, listen. There's nothing else. I'll make sure this could be an every Saturday thing. I'd like to start getting on live at least once or twice a week. So, all right. Let's see. We'll should have something cooked up for next Saturday. And yeah, if you guys finish this, please post it on LinkedIn. Tag me so I can see it. I might start doing that. I might start having I'm probably going to, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, Bernardo. Yeah, if you got a project case, yeah, shoot me a message and let me and share that with me. This is what I'm gonna start doing. I started doing this for my students. I'm gonna start doing this. Maybe like somewhat of a competition type of thing. But yeah, if anyone who posts, the project that we go over or the project that we do together on their LinkedIn, tag me. Yeah, we'll probably have like a gift card. I give my students like a $200 Amazon gift card. So might do something like that for those who maybe post the most of their projects. I get that. And if like people tie, it'll be a raffle. But yeah, please don't just make these then not share to the world. Definitely share to the world what you do. So don't keep them locked up. But yeah, Bernard, send me a message about the project case and I'll look it over. But otherwise, I hope y'all have a great rest of your Saturday, and a great rest of your weekend. And I'll see y'all next time.